What up, Dokkanners? We need to talk about the LR EZA situation that is going on in Dokkan right now, with the Battlefield Memory Shop having just expanded its inventory with the LR Meta Cooler Army EZA. We need to talk about if global players should be considering purchasing the LR Physical Ginyu EZA, or if they should be saving for the Meta Cooler Army. This is primarily for global players, framed in the perspective of the global players, but if you're a JP player, I would love to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, what you guys have done, and let's talk about all of this in a little bit more detail here. I'm going to be integrating a lot of math in this video because I did some calculations, not a lot of math, but basic math to kind of break things down for you. So we'll talk about that in just a second. First off, let's just compare the two EZAs. This is the one that's just released on global. This is the one that is about to be releasing on JP. So let's compare the two and see how these units function. The Ginyu Force EZA, all types key +3, 120%, raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage to the enemy. Raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. All allies attack and defense +30% for 1 turn. Key +2 and attack and defense +77%, plus an additional attack and defense +10 for Ginyu Force category ally on the team, up to 50. All allies key +3 attack and defense +30%. Randomly changes key stress of a certain type, not physical, to rainbow when there's another Ginyu Force ally attacking in the same turn. Okay, that's a very Ginyu-centric unit, which is, but it's also a nice lead for all types. It's pretty good. Let's take a look at the LR Meta Cooler Army EZA. Extreme class, key +4, 120%, raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage, and massively lowers defense. Raises defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage to the enemy, and raises extreme class allies attack by 30% for 2 turns. Oh, that's good. 2 turns. Okay, this is my first time reading this. Recovers 8% HP, attack and defense +100%, plus an additional attack and defense up to 100. The more HP remaining, the greater the stat boost. Artificial life forms, key +3, defense +30%. High chance to launch up to 2 additional attacks, each of which has a medium chance to become a super attack. Meta Cooler Army is better. I mean, I can tell you right now, this unit is better. Better leader skill, covers a wider parameter in terms of the extreme class team building. Obviously, this one does work for all types, but the thing is, you're not going to really want to be running this guy on an all types team. You could, and this unit does help support them, but this unit is, most of its units passive is primarily centered around the Ginyu Force, which limits its versatility, whereas this unit can act autonomously as its own unit on a team. If you're just like carrying a bunch of free-to-play extreme class units, this guy can function on his own. He supports himself, giving himself key +3. This is a very nice unit. Plus, you already have the additional sort of embedded in the passive. So if you only have this unit at 55%, you already have the additionals embedded in here. So this is a very nice unit overall. And I think the 55% archetype is a very important one when considering Battlefield memory units, Battlefield shop units, because of the fact that this is such a skewed battle, like the whole economy when it comes to purchasing Battlefield shop units is so messed up that a lot of people sort of just compensate or make up for that by just simply picking up 1 copy, which they shouldn't have to, but that's just the unfortunate reality of the situation. Everything is so expensive in the Battlefield memory shop, and with how little you get on each run, that's kind of the reality of the situation. So a 55% Meta Cooler Army versus a 55% Ginyu Force, I think that this is a by far and away the better unit. So in my opinion, this is the better buy. Better link set, better categories, better pizza, Papa John's. Just kidding. So now let's talk about the Battlefield shop. Let's talk about the Battlefield shop situation. Both units are extremely expensive to purchase. So let's talk about this. I did do a 55% version of this to help put things into perspective for some of you players who don't go for the full rainbow, who are instead going to be going for the 55%. So let's take a look at this. To get the LR Ginyu Force fully EZA'd, to just get the EZA medals, just like the Meta Cooler, it's going to cost you the same amount, 675,000 Battlefield memories. So that is the same for both units. They both require Battlefield memories. Each one, you have to buy 45 of them. So you have to buy all of them if you're going to get the full EZA. So we're not going to break that down at all. 675,000. All right. And by the way, the amount that you can earn per clash, 218,000. So this tells you this is going to be a long-term investment. Now, the difference here is for the Ginyu Force, this unit starts off as an SSR. This guy right here starts off as an SSR for 7,777, whereas the Meta Cooler starts off as an LR. So that does add a big wrinkle into this system here, because the 5 copies for the Ginyu will cost you 38,000, which is about 7,000 per copy. And then for the medals, you're going to need 77 of the Clash medals, which totals to 231,000 Battlefield memory. So these two combined, that nets you about 270,000 Battlefield memory. Whereas if you want to get all 5 copies of the Meta Cooler army, that's going to cost you 750,000 battlefield memory. That is more than the amount of medals you need. That is almost 3 times the amount that you need to invest for the 5 copies of the Ginyu. So that right there does give the edge to the Ginyu Force, but at the same time, if you just want the 1 copy, you could always just go for 150,000 on the Meta Cooler. So this is why the 55% is very important here. So all things considered, if you want to fully EZA the LR Ginyu Force, it's going to cost you just under 1 million, about 944,000 battlefield memory. If you want to go just for a 55%, that still puts you around 900,000 battlefield memory. So it's not much of a drop off, given how cheap it costs to pick up 1 copy of the SSR Ginyu. So it's still a very expensive situation when you're going for either a rainbow or for a 55% of the Ginyu Force. But if you look at the Int Meta Cooler army, it costs you 1.4 million battlefield memory to get a 100% unit with a full EZA, whereas there is a significant drop off. It drops you down to 825,000 if you're simply going for a 55%. And once again, folks, for battlefield memory units, a 55% situation is very much a practical one for a lot of you players who are either new to the game, are not able to complete all of the battlefield or the virtual Dokkan Ultimate Clash runs. For me, as a new player, I was not able to complete the first couple of iterations of virtual Dokkan Ultimate Clash. So this sort of a situation does appeal to me. So with that substantial of a drop off, and given the fact that the Meta Cooler army is better in my opinion, I feel like the Meta Cooler army is the better buy. So if you guys are trying to save up, I would consider saving for the Meta Cooler. Of course, if you play the game a lot, you already earn a lot of battlefield memory, then you should be okay going for the Ginyu Force and then saving up for 1 copy of the Meta Cooler EZA, if that's what you decide. Keep in mind, folks, we are very much behind the JP side when it comes to battlefield memory stages, or not battlefield memory stages, the Clash stages. Let me actually see. Right here. So Global is on the 42nd or the 43rd, and JP is on the, is it the 50th right now? So there is a big gap. So by the time we get to the point where we might have to be worrying about the LR Meta Cooler EZA, we might have already had 3 or 4 clashes under our belt. So with that said, you know, if you're able to complete every single clash, you might be earning enough to do that. But just, you know, a little food for thought there. Just want to make you guys fully informed of the situation. Now, 218,000 is how much you earn per run. This was tallied on the latest iteration of the JP Clash. So now, if we were to look at everything that is required here, this is what you got going on. If you want a fully 100% EZA and LR Ginyu Force, it's going to cost you 5 total Clash runs to do so from scratch. If you already have the 5 copies, it's going to cost you 4 total Clash runs to just get the EZA medals. If you want to do this at the 55% level, it will still take you 5 total Clash runs, and it will take you 4 total Clash runs to get the EZA medals. Again, this is because the change in price is not that much, given how cheap the copies of the Ginyu are. So you are pretty much set to have to do 5 Clash runs. You're going to have to save for 5 total Clashes, not buy anything else, and just focus on the Ginyu. That's a big time investment considering what else is available in the shop. There's a lot of other units in the shop that might be piquing your interest. So could you potentially want to buy some of those? If you do, you'll have to say goodbye to this whole journey for the Ginyu EZA. For the Int Meta Cooler army, it'll cost you 7 total runs if you want to get the full LR EZA experience for the Meta Cooler army, but just 4 if you only need the medals. And if you want to go for a 55% instead, it drops off significantly from a 7 total run requirement to 4. You'll just need 4 total Clash runs to get the 55% LR Meta Cooler EZA. Same goes for just picking up the medals. So this is, I think, in all situations, the better buy for low spenders, for free-to-play players. It just requires some patience, which is basically the key to the virtual Dokkan Clash shop. It's annoying, I get it, but this is just the reality of the situation. So hopefully this breakdown helps you make a more informed decision. Ultimately, the choice is up to you. If you guys think that you're at the point now where you can earn all 218,000 memory every single run, then this is not going to be as difficult of a choice for you. But just keep in mind, in the future, more units will be releasing, more EZAs will be happening. So the amount of choices and options you're going to be having are only going to be increasing, but the amount that you earn per run is unfortunately going to be staying the same. These guys don't seem to want to increase this, so you have to be very stingy with your selections, with your purchases. So hopefully this video was able to inform you a little bit more, and good luck on making your decisions. One last thing I do want to mention, this LR has also recently been announced to be receiving an EZA on JP. So if you guys are trying to rationalize this unit as your primary purchase, keep in mind that a true free-to-play Ginyu Force lead will be on the horizon in some time on Global, maybe a couple of months. but this EZA will also be happening. And this unit can also be obtained from outside of the Battlefield Memory Shop. You can obtain 3 copies from the Battlefield Memory Shop, but you can also obtain 1 copy through the hidden potential or from one of the missions that is required to get the Prime Battle Frieza. So that could be a way to sort of circumvent the need for a free-to-play Ginyu Force lead. You'll have to settle for something else in the meantime, but once this unit gets its EZA on global, you will be able to benefit from this unit as your lead instead of the LR Ginyu Force, who is not technically a dedicated Ginyu Force leader. So little food for thought there. Good luck on making this decision. Low spending players, new players. This is going to be a tough one. If you're a whale who plays the game a lot, doesn't really matter. But still, I would love to hear from you guys as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this whole Battlefield Memory situation. I think we can all agree that the economy on this whole thing is so screwed up that there needs to be some sort of a change here. But if you had to save, which LR EZA would you go for? Cooler or Ginyu Force? Let me know why in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know I want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.